जय गुरुजी, जय गुरुजी संगत जी। आप सभी का गुरुजी के दरबार में बहुत बहुत स्वागत और इंटरनेट से जुड़ी संगत का भी गुरुजी के दरबार में बहुत स्वागत। दिस मॉर्निंग संगत जी, आई वाज जस्ट रिफ्लेक्टिंग ऑन अ दोहा बाय कबीर. आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर दैट विद यू. कबीरा मन निर्मल भया जैसे गंगा नीर. कबीरा मन निर्मल भया जैसे गंगा नीर. पाछे पाछे हरि फिरे कहत कबीर कबीर. सो ही सेज, कबीर कहते हैं कि जब मेरा मन निर्मल हो गया, निर्मल मीन्स कि प्योर हो गया, बिना दाग के हो गया, जब मेरा मन एकदम साफ हो गया. कैसे? ही रिलेट्स इट टू गंगा नीर, कि गंगा के जल जितना पवित्र मेरा मन जब हो गया. सो कबीरा मन निर्मल भया जैसे गंगा नीर. तब मैंने क्या रियलाइज किया कि पाछे पाछे हरि फिरे कहत कबीर कबीर. जब मन इतना प्योर हो गया, तब मुझे सुनने लगा कि भगवान तो मेरे पीछे पीछे घूम रहे हैं और मुझे आवाज लगा रहे हैं, कबीर कबीर. सो इट सेज, इट मीन्स जब मन निर्मल होता है, व्हेन आवर हार्ट इज एब्सोल्युटली प्योर, तभी हमें ईश्वर की सच्ची पुकार सुनाई देती है. उसके सिवा जब तक मन प्योर नहीं, तो हमें ईश्वर की पुकार सुनाई ही नहीं देती. एंड लाइक गुरुजी डिड, प्रैक्टिकल गुरु, वो कहते हैं कि मैं तुम्हें दरबार में लाता हूँ और यहाँ पर शब्द सुनाता हूँ, तुम्हारा भांडा, इन हिज लैंग्वेज ही वुड से, कि मैं तुम्हारा भांडा साफ करता हूँ. हमारे मन को निर्मल करते हैं बाय मेकिंग अस सिट हियर एंड लिसन टू द शब्द गुरबानी, क्योंकि गुरबानी से हमारा मन जो है वो निर्मल हो जाता है. और इसलिए करते हैं ताकि उसके बाद ही हम उनसे कनेक्ट होकर हमें वो सुनने लगता है कि भगवान कोई दूर चीज़ नहीं, वो बिल्कुल हमारे पीछे पीछे चल रहे हैं, हमें बोलते हुए, हमें आवाज़ लगाते हुए. ही इज़ कॉलिंग अस ऑल द टाइम. ओनली वी हैव टू ट्यून इन टू लिसन टू दैट वॉइस. सो इट वॉज सो ब्यूटिफुल, आई थॉट आई विल शेयर इट. कबीरा मन निर्मल भया जैसे गंगा नीर. पाछे पाछे हरि फिरे कहत कबीर कबीर. आज शिखा ओबरॉय आंटी अपना सत्संग शेयर करेंगी, एंड आई वुड लाइक यू टू रिफ्लेक्ट ऑन द सेम दोहा ऑल्सो एंड सी हाउ गुरुजी थ्रू हिज, sometimes through suffering, sometimes through his blessings, जब हम सफ़र भी करते हैं तो हम अपनी जो vices हैं उन्हें भूल जाते हैं. इन सफरिंग वी फॉरगेट, वो लोभ मोह वो सब भूल जाता है, क्योंकि उस वक्त सिर्फ अपनी सफरिंग याद रहती है. तो उस वक्त भी हमारा मन निर्मल हो जाता है. एंड दैट इज ऑल्सो द टाइम व्हेन वी रियलाइज दैट गॉड इज विद अस. सो I would invite Shikha aunty to come and share her satsang, and you will see how in happy moments and in sad moments she has felt Guruji with herself. Please come aunty. Jai Guruji.
शुक्राना गुरुजी, शुक्राना संगत जी. I'd like to share my satsang maybe in a little unconventional way. Basically, I'm celebrating my birthday, and I've been reflecting a lot over the past, I would say, few months, or on the journey I've had. So the last several months and over the past few weeks, I've been, they say to journal, to do a, your grateful journal. So I've been doing that, and as I've noticed over the past few weeks, that the journal is only being grateful to Guruji. He is my universe. Oh, sorry. He's my universe. He's my everything. So when I look back on the journals, they're only being grateful to Guruji. So the day, I think before my birthday or 2 days before, I had written, everything that I was going through and thankful for. And I was writing this letter almost to Guruji so I don't forget anything. So then I thought to myself, I would like to share it today, because when I reread it, it's actually a satsang in itself, and it's, you know, I thought it was quite appropriate. So, okay. So, to my dearest Guruji, there are no words that could possibly describe having you in my life. Every birthday up until now, of course, has been special, but somehow this one feels extra special. Perhaps the start of this new decade has me feeling more determined, decisive, with not dreams as I had had before, but confidence that whatever will happen is driven by you. I'm much more relaxed because I know you're controlling the reins. It's off late that observing my life by its chapters and what all each chapter has taught me. I read somewhere that life is a tapestry, and each experience, good and bad, is a unique thread that when woven together forms the intricate and beautiful patterns of our life story. So yes, my life has had its insanely happy moments, its large share of melodrama, to its intensely sad moments as well. But what I know today is that you've been holding my hand throughout. Without you, I may have never have crossed the bridges that I have. I most certainly would have turned back. Over the years and my journey with you, I've learned that this journey and time here is to be lived with great enthusiasm, fearlessly, and in high spirits. To look and feel the best I can, and with the pinnacle being to always be kind, humble, gracious, and full of gratitude for this glorious life. You have and are holding my hand and saving me from catastrophic falls. I have fallen and I will fall again, but now with the realization that you're there to guide me through this journey. When I fall short, I'm now aware of my shortcomings, and I immediately try to rectify them. I will make plenty more mistakes, but with you as my father, forgiver, my guru, and my God, I will promise to learn and grow at every step of the way. Thank you, Guruji, for my life without you would be a life less lived. Your blessings are incredible, and I thank you for the blessings that I see, but more for the ones that I do not see. You're always at work protecting and teaching. Thank you for all the bad as well. Thank you for helping me to realize that as I put the pieces of my puzzle together, that certain events that I thought of as bad were actually leading me to open other doors. The events or people that I perceived as bad had to be there to make me better and to grow. You've taught me now that today is that something perceived as what bad happens, I now view it differently. I simply shrug it off and assume it's happening for a reason. I may not know why, and I may not know why ever, but it's okay. You're there, and that's all that I need to know. You are the creator, the preserver, and the destroyer of the universe and of my soul. Shukrana, my dearest, my sweetest, and my benevolent Guruji. So in reference to the letter, I just wanted to give you a bit of my background as to where this stems from. So my initiation or my meeting Guruji was back in 2012. I actually had a dream out of the blue that, I was in maybe Guruji's mandir and I did not know who he was. And a friend of mine who was a Guruji follower back then in 2012 said, that's quite amazing that he came in your dream. Let me take you to the mandir. So she took me to Bade Mandir in Delhi. So that was my initiation in 2012, which happened to be just days before we were moving back to the US permanently. We were living in Delhi then, and we're moving back permanently. And of course, in those days, I was very hesitant, scared, and little did I know what the next 10 years were going to hold for me. My husband, uncle, had spent the first several years spending more than half the year in India while I was in the US with my two boys. And again, it was I was alone, I was lonely, I was tired, and I was always dreaming of the life that I once had. So it was in that 10 years that I would face the challenges of my mother going through 3 rounds of cancer and finally succumbing to her disease. But Guruji's blessings had already graced me, and I had crossed all the bridges of the stress in looking after her the best I could with my 2 small children, and of eventually having to lose her in 2019. And sure, I also questioned Guruji as to why he couldn't save her, as I had heard countless satsangs from others, you know, about others who were being cured of cancer. But he made me realize later that if he had saved her, she may not have been able to bear what was to come next. So shortly after my mother's passing, my father became very ill, and he spent over a year and a half or so in ICU, and he finally succumbed to his illness almost 3 years later, in November of 2023. So between my parents' illnesses and their passing, there were several other instances with people that were close to me that were extremely painful. And I am 100% certain that without Guruji guiding me through, I would not have crossed those bridges then. So today I've come out stronger for myself, more understanding of others and their situations. And though I may feel I am progressing, I may have only climbed 1 step of this ladder. But the strength, fearlessness, and conviction comes from knowing that I'm Guruji's child, and he's with me at every moment and at every step. He's blessing me, he's blessing my entire family, and I couldn't be more grateful, and just wanted to share my Shukrana Satsang, and that he has been there throughout it all. We only put the pieces of the puzzle together after the fact. And I also want to end by saying my sincerest thank you, Shukrana, to all of the Sevadars here in this mandir, and everyone else here for all that you do, because without all of their effort, we could not have this magical experience that we have here every single day. So Shukrana to everybody. Shukrana Guruji, Shukrana Sangatji. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Auntie. As you mentioned, that life is a beautiful tapestry, and any tapestry is incomplete. If you look at a very beautiful tapestry, it would have all colors in it. It would have all kinds of shades, all kinds of patterns. So life is incomplete without suffering or pain. It cannot be just happiness. We cannot have only bright colors, and that tapestry would be ugly, it would be gaudy. So a little bit of soberness, a little dash of sadness, a little dash of dull colors is required for us to appreciate the bright colors. So that is what life is like, and what's beautiful is that she realizes Guruji's presence and his helping her through every stage of her life. So now we would be having the langar, but before that, Shikha Auntie and Sanvi Auntie will be celebrating their birthdays with Guruji. So we'll all join them to celebrate their birthday. And then जैसे जैसे सेवादार आपको बताएंगे, इस तरफ बैठकर they'll guide you how to sit. Anyone who wants to do बर्तन सेवा, please sit on this side and we'll have langar. इसी के साथ आज का सत्संग यहीं समाप्त होता है. जय गुरुजी, शुक्राना गुरुजी.
सब लेफ्ट साइड पे बैठ के लंगर